Everyone thinks that insulin is the only way to lower your child's blood sugar fast. But the truth is, there are other methods that work just as well. Imagine a world where post-meal highs are not a daily struggle, where your child's blood sugar stays stable and you're not constantly reacting to spikes. Does that sound impossible? It's not. But what if I told you there was ways to bring that blood sugar down quickly without panic dosing insulin? In this video, I'm sharing fast and easy strategies to help lower your child's blood sugar after eating without causing a crash. But before we get into solutions, how about we talk about why those spikes happen and why most parents are told the wrong approach? In my experience with my son who was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at 18 months old, I noticed carbs were digesting faster than his insulin was working. Different food choices affect his blood sugar differently, and lack of a pre-bolus or incorrect timing of when to give insulin. But here's the good news. I'm going to share 5 fast and easy ways to lower your child's blood sugar after eating. The first thing is to get moving, but nothing too intense. At first, I thought my son needed to run around like crazy to get his blood sugar down fast. In reality, even a short walk or gentle play can make a really big difference. Light activity makes insulin work more efficiently. I found the best options for us were walking, playing outside, or dancing around to his favorite songs. But I also learned that intense exercise right after eating can sometimes spike blood sugar first before bringing it down later. But what if you can't go outside? This next tip works just as well, and that is hydration, especially with electrolytes. I didn't think water would make that much of a difference, but drinking water helps flush excess glucose through the urine and helps to keep blood sugar more stable. I like to encourage small sips of water if blood sugar is trending high, and adding a high quality, no sugar added electrolyte will work wonders, hydrating the body. And if you want an even faster way to bring those blood sugars down quickly, let's talk about insulin timing. You can always consider a correction dose if you feel like it's safe to do so. In the beginning, I was led to believe that I had to wait hours for insulin to work before I could give any more. I now know a well-timed correction dose can help prevent prolonged highs, but only if done safely. I like to check how much insulin is on board before giving a correction. Some post-meal highs can resolve on their own, and rather quickly at that. But others may need a small little nudge in the form of a correction dose. And here's a pro tip. If numbers are stubborn, you may want to consider an extended bolus next time. But insulin isn't the only tool, because what your child eats matters too. I now use smart food pairing. I thought that carbs were the only thing that mattered. When we were first diagnosed, we were told that carbs and learning how to count carbs were the only thing that mattered. But I now know that that is far from the case. The way you pair foods together can impact blood sugar spikes. Pair fast carbs with fat and protein to slow down that digestion. For example, instead of fruit alone, pair that fruit with some nut butter or cheese. And if you can, and your child will eat it, swap those refined carbs for more whole grain alternatives. And if numbers are still climbing, there is one more trick that can help, and that is tracking patterns so that you can adjust for next time. But it seemed like every high was just random. In reality, post-meal spikes do follow a pattern if you do enough investigation. And once you see it, you can do your absolute best to prevent it. Keep a log of what foods cause the spikes in your child. Adjust insulin timing based on those patterns that you see. And over time, you will see what things work best for your child. And now that you have those 5 strategies to bring blood sugar down fast after eating, let's talk about what to avoid when the blood sugar is high. When you see the blood sugar is high, your instinct might be to panic dose insulin. I've done it, and trust you'll do it, which can lead to lows. Cut carbs drastically, which can backfire later, because what little kid does not want to eat carbs? Like, those are the best things. And worst of all, feel like you failed because you haven't. Instead, use those tools that I've shared next time to have more confidence. Remember, those post-meal highs can be frustrating, but they are fixable. With movement, hydration, smart dosing, food pairing, and tracking patterns, you can keep numbers more stable. What's the biggest struggle you have with your child's post-meal highs? Drop it in the comments. I love to do my best to help. And while you're here, stick around for more practical T1D management tips, and I hope to see you in the next video.